You ever just get that feeling that something about reality is, well, a little off? Like there are these tiny glitches in the code of the universe, just sitting there, waiting for us to find them? Well, today, we're pulling back that curtain. Or maybe, just maybe, is it stranger and weirder and way more incredible than we ever thought possible? Let's find out. We're going on a hunt for the evidence, and we've found some of the most mind-bending glitches out there, starting with a few you are not going to see coming. So first up, a glitch from the animal kingdom. You don't really think of rats as, laughing, right? But believe it or not, a 2023 study found that when you tickle them, they don't just react, they actively chase your hand for more, all while letting out these little ultrasonic giggles. And the glitches aren't just in how animals act. Nope, even your breakfast has secrets. Did you have any idea that bananas are naturally radioactive? It's all because they're packed with potassium, which naturally decays. But don't worry, you'd have to eat something like 1 billion of them in one go for it to be an issue. And look, if our fruit is glitching, just imagine what is happening out in space. On planets like Neptune and Uranus, the atmospheric pressure is so unbelievably intense that it literally crushes carbon atoms into diamonds. And then they fall from the sky, like rain, diamond rain. So where does all this weirdness even start? Well, before we look light years away, let's just look in the mirror. Because the first glitches, they're right inside our own bodies. What is this number? 60,000 miles. Well, if you could take every single artery, vein, and capillary from an adult human and lay them all end to end, they would stretch for 60,000 miles. That is far enough to circle the entire Earth almost 3 times over. And that's not all. Right now, inside you, there is an acid bath so powerful it can dissolve metal. Seriously. In one study, a razor blade completely dissolved after just 2 hours in simulated stomach acid. And it probably goes without saying, but please do not test this at home. Think you're in charge of your own body? Think again. You're not just a human being. You are a walking, talking ecosystem. Just look at this. You have more bacterial cells living on and inside you than your own human cells. They make up this vital community called the microbiome. So technically, you're more bacteria than you are you. Wild. The glitches aren't just biological, though. Sometimes it feels like they ripple through time itself, creating these bizarre patterns and straight-up impossible coincidences in our own history. Okay, so imagine writing a story that comes true in the most terrifying way. 14 years before the Titanic sank, an author named Morgan Robertson wrote a novel about a huge, unsinkable ship called the Titan. And in his story, it hits an iceberg in the North Atlantic in April and sinks. The book even said it didn't have enough lifeboats. Is that a chilling echo through time, or just a terrifyingly accurate guess? And the echoes just get stranger. The parallels between Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy are, well, they go way beyond coincidence. I mean, look at this. Elected to Congress and then the presidency exactly 100 years apart. Both were assassinated on a Friday, sitting right next to their wives. And get this, both were succeeded by a vice president named Johnson, who were themselves born 100 years apart. Is history just on a loop? Sometimes the glitches aren't in nature, they're in our own rule books. All around the world, there are these laws that seem like they're from another reality entirely. Like in Samoa, where it's actually illegal to forget your wife's birthday. Or in Milan, where you can get fined for not smiling. Oh, and in Scotland, if a stranger knocks and asks to use your toilet, you technically have to let them in. Okay, so we've seen the glitches in ourselves and in our history. Now let's pull the camera back a bit and look at the strange code that's running our entire planet. Because trust me, things are about to get even weirder. You know that beautiful, fluffy white cloud you see just floating in the sky? Looks weightless, right? Well, it's not. Not even close. The U.S. Geological Survey estimates that your average cumulus cloud weighs around 1 million pounds. That's about the same as a fully loaded jumbo jet. We're all taught that rainforests are the lungs of our planet, and they're absolutely vital. But the biggest source of the very air we're breathing right now, it's the ocean. According to the National Oceanic Service, tiny little marine organisms like plankton and seaweed produce more than half of all the oxygen on Earth. Just look at that number. It's so big it almost doesn't mean anything. That is 20 quadrillion. That's a 2 with 16 zeros after it. And that is the conservative estimate for how many ants are on planet Earth. So what does that number actually mean? It means that for every single one of us, there are 2.5 million of them. Their total biomass, the combined weight of all the ants, is greater than all wild birds and mammals put together. We don't live on their planet. It seems they just kind of let us. From our own bodies to our whole planet, reality is already a pretty strange place. But now, it's time to take the final leap. Let's look at the glitches that are written into the very fabric of the cosmos itself. First predicted by Einstein's theories, black holes are pretty much the ultimate glitch in reality. Their gravity is so intense that it doesn't just warp space, it warps time. If you could get close to one, an hour for you could be years for everyone back on Earth. Time literally slows down. We think of our sun as this peaceful, life-giving star, right? But it is capable of some incredible violence. A single solar flare, just one explosion from its surface, can unleash the same energy as 1 billion hydrogen bombs going off at once. Yeah, it's a really good thing our atmosphere is there to protect us. We've seen laughing rats, diamond rain, time-bending black holes, just some insane stuff. But there is one fact that might be the most reality-shattering one of them all. What is the one detail that puts our entire place in the cosmos into a brand new, totally shocking perspective? The final glitch, it isn't about what's far away. It's about what's right here. So NASA estimates there are up to 400 billion stars in our galaxy, the Milky Way. That's an incomprehensible number, right? Well, a 2015 study estimated there are over 3 trillion trees on our one single planet. That's right. There are more trees on Earth than there are stars in our entire galaxy. We're always looking up at the stars for wonder, but maybe the most mind-blowing realities have been right here the whole time, under our feet and inside our own skin. It just proves our universe is so much stranger than we can possibly imagine. So, if reality is this full of glitches, what other secrets is it hiding? If you want to find out with us, make sure you subscribe and join the search.